I'm definitely gonna aggravate a few people making this video. That's kind of why I wanted to make it in the first place. I made a similar video before, and comments were mad. But the thing is, gaming is killing your potential. Anyone who ever wants to achieve anything significant knows it starts with discipline. And gaming and discipline are almost counterintuitive. Counter, they're opposite ends of the spectrum, is what I'm trying to say. And I've been that guy. I started off my journey as a super skinny gamer. I was super weak. I was kind of invisible to society almost. I didn't really have anything to talk about socially. Didn't have the greatest social skills anyway. And yeah, I pulled a few girls here and there, but by and large, I wasn't as attractive as I am now, for example. I'm still ugly, but still, you get the point, right? I'm better looking now within my body, within myself, and yeah, I actually started when I gaming, like 3-4 years old, protected me. I had a really chaotic environment, toxic environment, right? And it shielded me. It shielded me from a lot of things in my environment, but that shield ended up being something that blinded me as I grew up because it kind of stunted my growth. I could have been out there developing my character, getting some cool stories, or building my physique from an earlier age. And instead I spent all of that time leveling up a character which wasn't even real in games. And so before I tell you exactly why gaming is killing your potential, I need to address some people from the last video. They say, oh, but you can game and have a balanced life. It's absolute BS, bro. It's absolute BS. Now, what I will say is, I don't think you're evil or a bad person or anything like that if you're gaming. I'm just letting you know it kills your potential. Okay, like anything recreational, it kills your potential. Okay, that doesn't mean you shouldn't have an element of some recreation in your life. But this whole balanced life thing is BS, because who do you know that actually plays games for an hour at a time, an hour a day? Who do you actually know? Like everyone I know who plays games plays 2, 3, 4 hours at a time. And if they did play an hour a day, I'm sure there's at least one day in the week where they're playing for 2 to 3 to 4 hours, if not more. I used to have binges that was way longer, 6, 7, 8 hours minimum. And so this whole balanced life thing is just BS. Because here's the thing, if you're spending an hour a day gaming anyway, you could be the obvious thing, you could be using that time to do something. But it's true, life's competition, bro. There's going to be a guy who's sitting there, use that hour to go to the gym, and you're not going to the gym. And if you are going to the gym, there's going to be a guy who's going to the gym and reading, developing his skills, or just simply going out on an adventure, or actually relaxing himself. Because people sit here and say games are relaxing. Games are not relaxing. If you took a scan of your brain whilst you're playing the game, I'm sure all of the areas of excitement and danger and fear and bunch of dopamine is all lighting off in your brain. Your brain isn't actually in a relaxed state of mind. So there's people that actually out there dedicate time to real relaxation, something that isn't on a screen, something that isn't disassociating them. They're still present and their mind can be in a calm state. So yeah, to anyone saying about a balanced life BS, who do you actually know? Who do you know that lives a balanced life? People like to sit and say like Henry Cavill and Elon Musk, they play loads. Yeah, but look, they've achieved something with their life. It's completely different. They have realized their potential. So it doesn't matter if they play games, but you have not. So you're not Elon Musk, bro. So I'm not saying games are evil. I'm not saying to never ever play games ever again in your life ever. Of course, that's not what I'm saying. But the thing is, it kills your potential because the obvious thing, you probably already know this, but it absolutely drains your dopamine, your motivation. If your dopamine is fried, which let's be real, if you're gaming, you're going to be sitting there scrolling your phone because I've done it, and bro, trust me, everyone sits there and scrolls on their phone. It's just about, are you going to be the type of person to realize it, stop it, and get on with your life? Most people aren't. So it drains your motivation and drive, that extra oomph to go and do stuff. And when you are doing stuff, it just makes it shit. And your overall experience of life is shit, right? It ends up removing the excitement, removing the adventure. There can be something just as simple as going to the park and it turns into this beautiful thing because you're like, wow, this is the actual earth and this massive scenery. But because it's not stimulating enough, you don't feel that. You don't feel that excitement. Stop gaming for a week and I'm telling you, everything else in your life suddenly becomes way more exciting, right? And it's very easy to slip. It's very easy to sit there. Like, how many times have you had it? Because I know I've had this. Well, I know I've had this so many times in my life where, I'm on PlayStation with my boys. Like, it's even happened recently. Because I'm not saying I never have ever played games, right? Ever. Of course I have. where you're sitting there and it's kind of late and you kind of lose. So you're like, one more. And one more turns into two more. And then all of a sudden it's 2 a.m. So it's very easy to slip when you're constantly gaming, right? And think about it. If you spent a majority of your life gaming, you're in a deficit. So for you to escape that deficit, you need to be on the other end of the damn spectrum. You need to completely cut gaming out from your life for a period of time so you can actually progress, actually get to your Elon Musk level. Maybe you won't be the richest man alive, but progress significantly in your life before you have a season of gaming again. Because gaming gives you the feeling of progression that you're missing in your life. Gaming gives you the sense of fulfillment. Sometimes it even fills your social needs because you're sitting there on PlayStation with your boys instead of going out and deepening your connections in real life with people, right? There's so many better ways to spend your time. Like, think about this. Even the most fond memories I have of gaming, one of the most fond memories is when Fortnite first dropped, right? It was me, my squad of boys were sitting there. We ended up getting, like, by season 4, I had 100 win solo, duo, and squads because me and my friends played that much. Now, looking back, it's nostalgic, it's cool, it's great, right? But the part I really enjoyed was the connection, the memories and the stories I had. You don't think you can do that going out in real life doing something. Imagine you and your boys had a gym arc instead of a Fortnite season arc. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's evil. It's some of the best memories of my life. But the point and the principle of what I'm saying is it's not the game that's giving you that. It's the connection with your friends. And you can connect with people socially in many different ways. It doesn't have to necessarily only be through the medium of gaming, right? And it's a complete waste of time in the sense that if you're anything like me, maybe you're actually healthy minded. Maybe you do only game an hour a day and then you turn it off and you get, you're not on screens before bed, so on and so forth. But that's not me and that's not pretty much anyone else I know who's games. And when I come off the game, I'm then thinking about the game all day, but also I'm watching videos on the game. So instead of, I usually watch like podcasts or read a book, so on and so forth. And instead of doing something productive, I'm sitting there obsessing over the best way to maximize my character stats or some bullshit like that. Call of Duty, all of the wall peaks and whatever else, wall hacks, whatever else. Thing is, you're competing with someone else. Someone's going to get the girl that you want because you were too busy gaming. He's actually developing himself. He's improving his financial acumen. He's learning everything he can to excel in life, or building his physique, or building his knowledge so he can then navigate the world, learn a skill, or even he's just got a cool hobby like playing guitar. All the time you spent gaming, how are you going to go to a girl and talk about gaming? She's going to be dry as a fucking Sahara desert, But if you're playing guitar, I'm sure you're good with your hands and your fingers, and it's like, music moves the body. That's something cool. That's something interesting. It's not a waste of time because you've actually got skill from it, something that's a talking point, something that's interesting. Who really gives a fuck about what rank you are in whatever game you play? No one. No one in real life actually cares, right? So these are the people you're competing with. And that guy is going to take, the guy who's sitting there playing guitar instead of playing games, he's going to take your future girl, your future wife. Is that what you want? Because you were too busy ranking up a character that isn't even real? Is that really who you are? Maybe you deserve to lose. If that's who you are, maybe you do deserve to lose. Because life is a fierce competition. And here's one thing I know. If I knew my competition was failing, sitting there playing video, I'd let them. If I knew it was me and someone else in a battle and he's spending his time sitting there playing games whilst I'm training, I'd let him play because I want to crush my enemies. And that's the thing, is it's a cold world. It is a cold world. Like, you don't even really gain that much from games that you can apply to the real world. Who's sitting there playing brain training every day? Nobody. Like, what do you actually gain from playing a game? Sure, sometimes, every so often, it's cool to get together with the boys and you're sitting there playing Mortal Kombat, Smash Bros, whatever the game you play together, FIFA. Sure, every so often, but every day, at some point, you've got to grow up, man. And the sooner you grow up, the sooner you can get ahead. If I was really young and I was like 16, and I told myself 50% of the time, amongst the thousands of hours I played in games, if I spent 50% of the time going gym, I'd have a 10 out of 10 physique by now. I started late. So hopefully this video wakes a few people up. There's going to be people who have massive amounts of copium in the comments and gaming's not that bad for you and blah, blah, blah. Whatever, bro. You can be the guy who's sitting there playing games whilst the rest of us are excelling in life, right? So when did you realize gaming's killing your potential? Was it right now? Was that something in the back of your mind you've always thought, comment below. Let me know. Show me some support. Leave a like on the video. Subscribe for more videos like this and how to build discipline, habits, form your mindset to be super strong. I'm just kind of trying to teach people the things that I've learned on my journey and help you along the way, right? And yeah, till the next one, stay blessed. Peace.